Hello Advisory, Mrs. Martin here with another video in this series for your senior portfolio. In today's video, I would like to cover how to upload images and add text boxes to pages. Specifically, we're going to be working on our home page, which includes the About Me section. Let's begin first with our image. We can actually easily replace images by clicking on a picture, clicking on the More Editing options, replacing the image, and selecting an image. If you have a file on your computer, you'll want to upload. But if you have the image already in your Google Drive, we can select it. Here's my drive for school. If I scroll down a bit, I have this old picture of Greg. Shout out to Snapchat filters. But I have my old senior portrait, which is what I'll be using for this senior portfolio. I click on it, and then I select Insert. Notice how when I inserted my new photo, it kept the original dimensions of the photo that was in the template. To remove the original dimensions, you could crop it and adjust it, but something nice on Google Sites is they have this uncrop option, and it'll just uncrop the photo completely. Now I've got the whole image, and again, there's the option to crop if you needed to do so. Like, for example, I might want to crop out some of this edge bit here, zoom in or something like that. But I don't really need that for right now. I'm just going to leave it the full image. Another way to insert images is I can actually delete that. And over on the right side where we have all our editing options, there's an option to insert images. And again, I have the choices of uploading from my computer or selecting from my Google Drive. This part is the same as when I'm replacing an image. I select the image, I insert, but notice that it pops up below the About Me section. It makes its own section below the previous one. Google Sites has some nice interfacing going on here where you can actually drag components around and put them where they need to go. And so for our purposes, I can go ahead and drag this image next to my About Me section just to try to compact this page a little bit. And I can increase the size a bit if I would like to fill up that space. And then again, let's make sure that we uncrop so we get the entire image. Now let's deal with the About Me section. With text, I believe it's pretty straightforward. About Me can stay the same unless you'd like to change this title out. It is your homepage after all and completely customizable. But for now, all I'm going to do is delete these instructions and fill it in with some content that's specific to me. Before you delete it, you might want to read through these to get a few ideas of what to write about. Now I have a little about myself, and I might want to adjust the font or perhaps the size of my section. 11 is kind of small for the eyes if someone were to sign into my website and check things out. And that takes care of the two components that I've added for you in the Senior Portfolio template. Of course, you can add much more. You can add more images if you like. Again, to add images, we insert images and we can select them from our drive. That's one of my favorite things about using Google Suites. Everything's kind of linked up. Let's go ahead and add this picture of old Greg. And maybe I want to add the picture from my wedding too. Aw. And remember that you can drag images around to group them and put them in a more aesthetically pleasing layout. Also in our Insert tab, we have the option to insert text box. Again, I can drag that and shape it and put it in a nice layout, and I can add more text about myself, or maybe I can add text about my contact info. Again, be careful to giving out contact info on the public internet. You don't really want to send out your phone number or your address, but possibly you'd like to share if you have a YouTube channel, or you'd like to share if you've got some sort of Etsy channel, or anything that's part of your work and part of your portfolio of what you've accomplished. You can add those things as well. But again, any of these extra components are not required. You can even go in and add videos by embedding, and you can embed by URL. YouTube links up with this very, very nicely. Okay, but for our purposes, again, and for simplicity's sake, your home page of your senior portfolio, a photo of you that is both internet appropriate and a photo of just you. Remember, try not to include a bunch of other friends. We don't want to have to worry about asking permission to have their faces on your page. So some sort of solo photo of you and an About Me section is more than good enough for your senior portfolio. In our next video, we'll talk about more ways to personalize our site by changing the theme, changing the font, adjusting headers and backgrounds. I hope you're looking forward to it. Until next time.